There was a man who had 2 sons. In a land of ancient hills and sun-baked earth, their lives were woven into the rhythm of the seasons, a tapestry of work and family under the watchful eye of a loving father. But the heart of the younger son grew restless, filled with a longing for a world he had only imagined. One day, standing before his father in the quiet stillness of their home, he spoke the words that would change everything. "Father, give me my share of the inheritance." The request hung in the air, a painful severing of trust. With a heavy heart, the father divided his living between them. The clink of coins sealing the pouch was not the sound of freedom, but of a bond breaking. The son journeyed to a distant country, a city alive with noise and temptation. There, he squandered his wealth in reckless living. The nights were filled with music, wine, and fleeting laughter. But as the coins dwindled, so did the friends. The vibrant colors of the city faded into a harsh, unforgiving gray. When he had spent everything, a severe famine swept through that land, and he began to be in need. He found himself in a muddy field, tending pigs, an outcast consumed by shame and hunger. The filth of the sty mirrored the state of his soul. It was in this place of utter desperation, longing for even the scraps the pigs ate, that he finally came to his senses. He remembered his father's house, where even the hired servants had more than enough bread. Under the vast, silent desert sky, a new resolve took root. "I will arise and go to my father," he whispered to the stars, "and I will say to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Treat me as one of your hired servants.'" With that humble prayer, he stood and began the long journey home. Day after day, the father had watched the horizon, his heart aching with hope. Then, one afternoon, he saw a familiar figure, a silhouette of brokenness, limping toward home. While he was still a long way off, the father saw him and was moved with compassion. He did not wait. He ran, his robes flying, his sandals kicking up the dust. He ran to his lost son. He threw his arms around him in a fierce embrace, silencing the boy's rehearsed confession with a gesture of pure love. He called to his servants, his voice ringing with joy, "Bring quickly the best robe, and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand, and shoes on his feet. And bring the fattened calf, and kill it. And let us eat and celebrate. For this my son was dead, and is alive again. He was lost, and is found." This story teaches us that no matter how far we fall, repentance leads to mercy. The Father's love is greater than any sin, and all of heaven rejoices when the lost finally return home. His grace doesn't just forgive. It restores, celebrates, and welcomes us back into the family, not as servants, but as beloved children.